Wondering what is going on with the manic markets. 2 straight days of triple-digit losses followed by 2 days of triple-digit gains. Some good economic data probably leading the way. Micheal Conway is the CEO of Conway Wealth Group at Summit Financial, and he joins us now. Micheal, welcome back to Arise Xchange.
How are you? Nice to see you.
Nice to see you, and Happy New Year. How do you explain sort of this week for the markets? It's because huge swings, lots of volatility.
Lots of volatility. So I think that is the key word for going into 2015. We had the last 2 or 3 years, everything was fairly calm, and we've seen volatility creep back in. I think energy has played, and oil in particular, played a big role in this. So we're going to see more volatility come this year.
Who makes money from volatility?
Traders.
Yeah, that's right. Right. It's not the long-term investors.
It's not the long-term investors. So that's right.
So I asked this when the markets went down Monday and Tuesday. I thought that the markets had accepted oil as the new normal right now pretty quickly, but then it's continued to slide and it continued to spook the markets.
Yeah. So it's interesting to watch. We, over the last year, have seen oil go, actually from last summer, over $100 a barrel down to, as you see today, 48 or whatever the number is.
Better than a 50% drop.
It's fascinating to watch, and it's happened quickly. So it's a couple of things. A lot of supply and demand has slowed down. So we see global slowdown, not as much here. We have seen improvement here domestically, but globally, we've seen slowdown.
And it's a highly manipulated market, isn't it?
Very much.
You have Saudi Arabia, you have OPEC. Saudi Arabia is sort of driving the oil tankers here, aren't they?
They are. They are. I think what Saudi Arabia has said is they're going to keep production where it is, and that has spooked markets. Markets have continued to fall as a result of that.
We started seeing a really strong rally once again when the Fed came out and crafted yet more language to say more of the same, basically. That's the way I read it on Tuesday. Or yesterday. It's still a Fed-driven market, do you think?
I think here's the key. So now the Fed is telling us that they're going to be patient.
Patient, right? That's the new word.
So we're going to be patient. So what exactly does that mean?
And they're also saying that inflation isn't going to be so important in their thinking.
Okay, that's the new data speak,
yes.
Right? All last year it was, we're looking for inflation.
Right.
We want to get it to 2%. Yeah. It continues to fall. In fact, we see global deflation. So I think the Fed will pause. I would not be surprised if the Fed actually didn't raise interest rates this year because of what has happened and what we've seen in oil and the deflation issue.
How much, when you continue to have historically low interest rates for as long as you do, like Japan, I mean, at some point, are you just forever going to be in that environment?
Bernanke was heard saying, the former chairman of the Fed, he didn't think he'd see rates normalize in his lifetime. That's an interesting statement. That says a lot. When we look at
it's not that old.
Interest rates globally, they're very, very low. So you've got interest rates, the 10-year yield with the Bank of Japan is somewhere around 30 basis points. Germany's 10-year bond is about 50 basis points, and our 10-year bond is about 2. These are very low rates and possibly falling further.
Okay, so finally, if you're in sectors right now, where do you want to be?
Well, I think one of the obvious things that jumps out is energy, right? So
the question is this a buying opportunity for energy?
For someone investing long-term, I would say the answer to that is yes. It could drift lower here, right? You could see it fall lower. There's the possibility that oil does go up later in the year as well. If supply slows or goes down, prices could go back up. But for long term, we see it as an opportunity.
Okay,
yeah.
Micheal Conway, President and CEO of Conway Wealth Group. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Coming up, it's a monster lawsuit about the headphones you wear. Stick around on Arise Xchange.